Lindsey and I'm a member of the Mountain Lakes Junior Volunteer Fire Department.
The Mountain Lakes Fire Department is made up solely of our community residents who volunteer. These individuals are brave and selfless as they regularly drop whatever they're doing and leave their families on a second's notice to respond to emergency calls. Our fire department celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2016, and for nearly 50 years it has had an active junior fire department. This is all possible because of our chief, Joe Mullaney, and the other senior members' commitment to serving our town. We always welcome new members and suggest you check out the Mountain Lakes Volunteer Fire Department website at mtnlakes.org or our Facebook and Instagram pages if you are interested in joining.
Now, Senior Firefighter Dylan Lynch will walk us through fire safety and prevention in the home.
So first want to reiterate that fire alarms save lives. They're incredibly important to have them throughout your house in proper locations. You want to have at least one outside of every bedroom, right? You want to make sure they're accessible and you want to make sure they're properly maintained. For maintenance, what you want to do is every 6 months, when you're getting in there and checking your battery, what you're going to do is take either a can of compressed air or some sort of a vacuum and be sure to clean off the sensor intake areas. There's different types of fire alarms, right? The three main types are photoelectric, ionization, and heat alarms. Each of them have different perks, and consult the manufacturer's recommendations to see what really works for your situation. Another thing that some alarm companies do is they have systems that are intertwined between the alarms, and they allow for a dispatch company to monitor your alarms and call the fire department when your alarm goes off. It is recommended by the National Fire Protection Administration to have your alarms linked together so that if one alarm goes off in one part of the house, it alerts everyone throughout the house of the emergency. It's really important, like I said, to maintain these alarms properly. It's really important to have these alarms, and yeah, absolutely. The new alarms here, as you see, are 10-year sealed batteries. So what that means is after 10 years, the alarm will go bad. Both the sensor and the battery. In the past, what would happen is you'd have to change your battery every 6 months. They would say do it at daylight savings time. But now what happens is the alarm is good for 10 years. What you want to do is you still want to check the battery every 6 months. But after that 10 years, what you're going to do is you're going to have to throw it out and get a new alarm. On the back of the alarm will show the manufacture date. What you want to do there is note that and just kind of have it in your head that 10 years after that, what you're going to do is need to get a new alarm. So it's important to have one fire alarm on each floor of your residence and then have one in all of the sleeping areas of your residence. To hang them, they're pretty easy. All you have to do is, it'll come with a ring like this. What you have to do is screw it into the ceiling, and then all you do is put it up there, twist it into place, and it's good. To test these alarms, generally there's a button on there that says push to test or test. What you'll do is you'll hold that button down, and it'll go off like that. To silence it, push to hush, and it'll silence. So carbon monoxide, it's an odorless and scentless gas. So you're not gonna be able to see it or smell it. So it's really important to have these detectors kind of throughout your house in areas where there might be carbon monoxide. Some things that cause carbon monoxide can be fireplaces, furnaces, water heaters, anything gas related. And it is really important to have these detectors because, like I said, you can't see or smell it and it can kill you. So good rule of thumb is you don't want it too close to any of these appliances because it'll pick up any residual stuff. But what you want to do is have it between 5 and 20 feet away from the appliance. So put it down in the basement, away from your water heater in a spot where it'll, the gas will start moving towards people. You want to mount it either 5 feet up on the wall, at least 5 feet off the floor of the wall, or you can also do it on your ceiling, at least 6 inches off the wall. If you're experiencing any symptoms, often seen as flu-like symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, be sure to call 911, have the fire department and ambulance come check you out. All right, so this is a fire extinguisher. This is an ABC extinguisher, which is used for basically everything except for flammable metals. This is the most common type of extinguisher that you'll find when you go to buy one at the store. And I'll just kind of run you through how to use it. So the acronym for using a fire extinguisher is PASS, P-A-S-S. So what you do is you pull the pin, you take the nozzle out and you aim it at whatever you're trying to put out, You'll squeeze the nozzle. I'm not going to do that so it doesn't explode everywhere. And then what you do is you will sweep at the base of the fire. You don't want to aim at the flames no matter how big the flames are. It's not going to put the flames out, it's going to cover the fuel source. So what you want to do is spray at the fuel source.
Now, Assistant Chief of our junior department, Manasvi Shaw, will discuss the most common causes of house fires and how to prevent them.
Cooking is one of the leading causes of house fires, but there are many ways to prevent them. There are many ways that house fires can occur from cooking, such as grease and oil getting lit by flames on your stovetop. To prevent this, do not leave any combustible items such as paper towels, dish towels, pot holders, or any loose clothing by the flame that could be ignited. What many people don't know is that when a fire ignites in your microwave or oven, the best thing to do is leave it closed, to let the flame suffocate itself. Regardless of if it does or if it doesn't, call the fire department immediately and have a fire extinguisher on standby in case it reignites. And finally, the most important thing to have in your house is an escape plan. This should include all family members and pets. While exiting the building, you should have a designated escape plan and a designated spot to meet up. When exiting the building, take all small children by the hand and lead them outside. If a pet is left inside the house, do not go back inside. Leave the door open, call out to them, and wait for them to come out. If by any chance they do not come out, and under no circumstance should you go back into the building to go find them. Wait for the fire department to show up and have them rescue them themselves. It is important to practice this escape plan at least 2 times a year. Include all family members and pets in this practice to make sure that everyone knows where to go after escaping the building.